Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Zelda 1 Randomizer Random Percent Tournament of 2020. Tonight we have Game 2, the matchup between chessjerk and Drascia. I am Homer J. Smash. Joining me in the booth is K-Tap. How you doing tonight, K?
I am doing well. I'm excited to watch another match of Randomizer because this one is going to be interesting. For those of you who are new to this or don't know, and as we can see on the screen, chessjerk won game one, so that means Drascia has a loser's remorse flag. Would you like to tell them what that loser's remorse flag is and what it means for these runners?
Sure. And just to contextualize it a little bit, basically every flag in the randomizer, or most of the flags in the randomizer, are set to 50-50, meaning that we don't really know what we're going to see until we see it. The only thing we know for sure is that the most of the enemies in the game, so non-bosses, are going to have 0 HP, which means that everyone's going to be very soft on the overworld and in the dungeons. The only exception to that would potentially be the bosses that we see and Ganon. That was Drascia's remorse flag for this game. Yeah, it should be pretty quick combat-wise. The same thing happened in the first game, but there was a whole lot of blocks. Almost every single dungeon was blocked in one way or another, and you kind of had to right order it. So both of them ended up full clearing the overworld just to get all the items that they needed. So this will be really interesting. We'll see if this one's as trolly as the last one was.
So, do you have any predictions, hope, dreams, anything for this seed? And we're awful.
We are, and we're starting on the wood sword screen. And we have a ladder and a blue ring, and not much else. No
That's
Triforce.
not bad.
We're gonna have to get them all. Yeah, no, that's it's good to start with the ladder. So you're gonna get 2 items. You know, potentially it's just gonna be a heart over there on the coast, but I love starting with the ladder because the ladder is useful in and of itself, and then it gives you the potential to get another very useful item.
So basically, we see Drascia finding an old man with a potions note, meaning he can go get his prescriptions of Coke or Pepsi. Though I would say I like having the ladder as a start item because that means ladder blocks are no longer an issue. Though these old men are saying "Como estás?" I mean, why can I not remember Spanish right now? I feel so ashamed of.
Yeah.
How are you? Ta-da!
Yeah, como estás just means how are you, which also means that the old men are not going to tell us much. It looks like Book is going to be needed to read the old men hints. Drascia finds their way into a level, and we also see level question mark, which means that hidden dungeon numbers are on. So we're going to have to figure out where we are. Right now, it's too early to tell. Looks like it could be a lot of different dungeons. Could be Second Quest 2.
I mean, we don't know yet.
That's the feeling I'm getting.
So with these enemies being squishy doesn't mean they can't do damage to
Nope, has nothing to do with that. Just means that they could still damage you all the same as they normally would. Just means that you're going to be able to kill them a lot easier. And chessjerk finds a level here on the coast. Could possibly be First Quest 8. If that's the case, and if we're in Second Quest 7, then we have that actually might be Second Quest 7. We might be Second Quest all around. And Drascia is going to get the Triforce here, and let's see. That is indeed Second Quest 2.
Oh, I just realized they got really unlucky. They do not have any Triforces to start with. I mean, it's a blessing and a curse. I mean, because it forces them to go in the dungeons and look for items, but still, it's more backtracking you have to.
And I was wrong. This is neither Second Quest 7 or First Quest 8 that chessjerk is in here. So we'll be curious to see what this is. He does find the magic key, though. That's a great early find. The same thing happened in the last game where he was able to find the magic key pretty early, and it really helped his progression in here. Drascia is going to be setting up a Kananaki here. Really nicely done here to get through this key door. Basically, what they did there was there's a kind of a glitch in the game where when you kill the last enemy in a shutter door room that also has a key door, as long as you don't have any keys, you can kind of cheat your way into that key door because the game opens up all the doors temporarily. chessjerk finds a heart on the floor here, so we got a magic key on the stair and a heart on the floor.
So, about that glitch, I guess runners can canana that.
And it looks like the bosses are not 0 HP because chessjerk had to do some damage on that manhandla, so bosses at least did not roll up. And Drascia finds a wand on the stair, so 2 really nice items right away. Not progression items, but still some really nice luxurious items that you like to have.
I mean, you can't be without luxury. I mean, chessjerk has got the any key with 47 rupees. That means he's gonna, and the blue ring, so that means he's saving money if anything's blow bop. I can't speak. Bow blocked. English. Don't fail
Okay,
me.
here
And
we
we
go.
have second.
Yep, second quest 5. So a palette shuffle is definitely on, since second quest 5 is not a gray dungeon. So 5, we found a heart on the floor, and we found the any key in the stair. So 5 is done as far as items go. We just need to find the Triforce.
Though we don't know if heart shuffles are off yet because we haven't seen both items in whatever level Drascia is in.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we potentially won't know that for a while. Heart shuffle's hard to confirm it being off. It's a lot easier to confirm that it's on. We did see the Triforce in the Triforce room on Drascia's side. So one of the flag, here we go, we got a compass. So chessjerk will be able to figure out where to go. Oh, right close to where they were at the start. What I was saying is that one of the flags is if dungeon drops, like the rooms itself shuffle. So if they don't shuffle, what you'll see is all the Triforces will end up in Triforce rooms. The boss rooms will have the floor heart. And I can't remember, I think it was a boss room that chessjerk was in that dropped off heart on the floor. This might be.
Though I will say, Drascia was doing pretty well on half a heart against that Gleeok. Almost had that Gleeok dead, and unfortunately, one fireball too many hit. And back to start of that, whatever level that is, he goes.
And chessjerk finally finds the right wall to push on here and gets the Triforce. So walk through walls here in 5, always on the horizontal, something to keep an eye out for. And chessjerk has Triforce out of 5.
I think with everything being in vanilla rooms, doesn't it mean Ganon might be in his room, his original vanilla room, and Zelda will be in a room with a door that goes north?
Yeah, that's, I believe, a separate flag, but it's 50-50, so most of the games that I've seen, Zelda's been in Zelda's room. Something to look for as you're kind of going, if you find either Zelda's room or Ganon's room, that'll obviously tip that off, that they're not in their own rooms. And Drascia takes another death to this Gleeok.
Gleeok 2, Drascia 0.
I'm a little curious as to why they're still digging this dungeon. Looks like now they're going to get out of there. They already got the wand and the Triforce, so I would have bailed for sure. I think this is the right move.
Though we see a blue candle for 60 rupees, and from what I've seen from the shop prices, that I believe they are vanilla. Though we have not seen a book yet, so for all we could hope, it could be a boomstick.
Yeah, I think, though, since the shops rolled vanilla and we saw the candle shop, then that's where the book would be, is with that 160 shield. So this won't be a boomstick seed. And chessjerk finds another dungeon here. I believe it was on the screen left to start. I was looking at Drascia's screen when he went in there. And not ladder blocked in here. That's pretty nice, starting with that ladder. So we know second quest is on. So is this second quest 1? No, too far over. Maybe 3.
We only have second quest guaranteed for dungeons 1 through 5. I believe 6, 7.
No, 1 through 6.
1 through 6.
Will be
I
the
can't
same.
count tonight. 1 through 6 is guaranteed second quest, but we do not know the flags for 7, 8, or 9. For all we know, it could be shade.
Yep, that is true. Something to keep an eye on. This, to me, feels like this is going to bomb. I think this is 3. I think this is second quest 3. So started at the bottom there. It looks like might need the meat, depending on what we see here. Let's see if chessjerk has more luck with this 4-headed Gleeok than Drascia had with theirs.
This isn't the same Gleeok from earlier, because that was at a totally different room. 2 different dungeons. And we find another dungeon on Drascia's screen.
Yeah, this looks like potentially 2Q7. And definitely palette shuffle is on, so that doesn't give us any hints. This is going to be our transport.
And I wonder where it goes.
Yeah, and I was wrong. This is not 3. This is definitely 2Q1. So this is the E. This is going to be our Triforce. These did not get shuffled. So every single Triforce is going to be in the Triforce room. No combat for Triforces today.
I mean, they've gotten lucky, well, so far, because with the Loser's Remorse flag and the Triforces being in their own rooms, if they can find a way around those bosses, they'd be quick like lightning.
Yeah, this has the making of a very short seed. This is the Aqua Menace room here. I'm not as familiar with second quest, though. I'm not sure where the drop is. Yeah, here we go. That's okay. So here we go. So that's the heart. It looks like heart shuffle is off. Can't be for sure yet because you never know. You don't want to get debated about thinking that heart shuffle's off, and then all of a sudden you got a problem on your hands when something drops late in the seed. That has happened to me before. Yeah, even though they have to collect all 8 tries, it could still be a very fast seed, assuming that they find the dungeons here pretty fast. I mean, fast is a relative term. I don't expect this to be done in 5 or 10 minutes, but for getting all 8 tries, this looks like this will be a very fast seed.
Well, this isn't the fastest seed I've seen. That goes to another race. I think you know what race I'm talking about.
Yeah, there's been a few ones. That's been one of the interesting things with this tournament is some of the races have only gone less than 20 minutes. I called one that was very quick. This should be the drop right here.
If Korea's gonna be nice.
Unless I missed it there. Maybe there's another 4-block room, or it just spawned on him. And I didn't see what it actually was.
Neither did I, though we see chessjerk getting that Triforce out of whatever the heck that level is, because I'm still not familiar with second quest layout, despite it being exposed to me I don't know how many times.
Yeah, that's definitely one, and he's going to recorder immediately, which is a great move, because this might take him to... Okay, so unfortunately it doesn't, but it does tell us something. Well, let's let him go in the cave first. Okay, yeah, this is taking us to unbeaten dungeons to their vanilla locations, not to the new dungeons. So that is level 2 in First Quest Overworld, so that means that we have First Quest Overworld and not Mixed or Second Quest.
Well, that's good to know. Information is information, and we just saw Drascia take another death and just deciding to leave out of whatever the heck that level is.
Yeah, that was Second Quest level 7, so we know we kind of have a lot of things sorted out already. We know that the dungeon quest is going to be Second Quest straight, and we know that the overworld is the opposite, First Quest.
And we see the Any roads. And where did they take us? Somewhere we could get with the record.
And we still don't have an Armos check from either runner. The same thing happened in the last match, where they waited a long time to get that Armos item. Potentially just the power bracelet, which in this case it only opens up 4 spots, but still we've seen the any rows now, so we know that the any rows are not vanilla. So it's going to be 4 open spots. Potentially could be dungeons or large secrets or something of worth in there. And the power bracelet being the Armos item is not necessarily the case. It's just 50-50. So it often is the case. But I ran a seed the other night that I think it was a ladder that was in the Armos item. So you never know. And we also have not... I'm trying to remember. Chessjerk was over in that area. So did he get the coast? Was that a heart on the coast?
I did not see the coast.
I feel like Chessjerk was over there. Somebody was over in the coast because there was a dungeon that they opened up. So I can't imagine that they would be right there and didn't pick it up. But I don't have a memory of it. I thought it was a heart.
Thank you, chat, and Dark Falls, who is our tracker. Well, one of our Captain Green is restreamed Dark Falls' tracker. Can I read tonight? Yes. Thank you, chat.
Yeah, so anyways, Drascia is in this dungeon here. He's going to take on this 4-headed Gleeok. Liked the first one so much. Wants to have another go at it.
But Drascia was taking advantage of a glitch in Gleeok's sprite. Gleeok's body actually does not have the hitbox the heads do, so you can stand in Gleeok's body and just stab it from the inside. No worries.
Yep, and Chessjerk gets his wand out of 2. Triforce was pretty easy to find here. I think Drascia found it. I think it was in the left-hand column, just straight up. Or maybe it was in the middle. It was pretty easy to find, though. I know that they weren't in this dungeon for very long. What I was saying is that Drascia has the wand, so is able to use the wand, the wand itself, not the beam, to hit the Gleeok. So that will do more damage than the wood sword. So something to keep in mind. And gets the Triforce out of here.
Oh yeah, Stalfos have Stalfos beams in this, and we see the Triforce is right near chest.
Right. Well, it's second quest dungeon, so they're going to be second quest enemies. So the Stalfos are going to shoot sword beams, and the ropes are going to be super ropes. They're going to be kind of blinky, flashy. And Drascia is trying to figure out what level they're in here. They're missing the second column, the parts of the E to kind of flesh out that letter. Chessjerk gets the candle, so that's good. Haven't seen any burning action happening. Same thing happened in the last suit.
I saw some burning action, though we have a staircase on this Armos, and it's just a secret. A large secret, nevertheless.
All right, and Chessjerk is going to go out to the Deadwoods here and do some burning. You'll be able to open up all these spots. That's actually not going to open because we saw the level over in the forest for level 2.
You know, I just realized something. Why are they using a candle to light bushes in the dead woods? Because dead wood burns more and easier and stuff than live wood. Just saying, it would burn all of Hyrule down at this rate.
And Chessjerk finds his way into Second Quest 7. So let's see if he's able to find. I don't believe that... we have Slow Bubble Curse. I hate that. That's the absolute worst. Let's see if he's able to find his way to the Triforce, something that Drascia was not able to. And Drascia wasn't able to get an item out of here either.
So... I'm just saying, if we get the book eventually, I mean, we'll be able to understand the old men. I mean, that's nice, understanding the native tongue. But it's just going to have more fire spread around Hyrule. I mean, this is a walking fire. Link is a walking fire hazard at this rate.
Yeah, book for old men is definitely helpful, especially if there ends up being a block, just being able to buy hints and figure out where you're supposed to go to find whatever item you need. Definitely useful. The blue ring mitigates a lot of that damage from the fire that you would have, and somebody of the chessjerk's caliber is going to really be able to avoid the fire damage with the wand.
But I'm also talking about how the fire damage from the wand is less powerful than just the regular wand. I mean, what's the logic behind that? I mean, it looks cool, but it's not as powerful. What is this? Nintendo logic?
And looks like chessjerk's going to find another staircase here. Let's see. Oh, nope, that one's a red herring. Not actually a staircase. 7 and 8 have a whole lot of transport staircases, so it's one of the more difficult dungeons to navigate your way around. Still looking for an item here. Potentially need the bow. We're not sure if Ganon is required or not. I'm sure that they would love to find them. Also, silvers potentially are in 9, since that's one of the flags is red ring and silver's forced to 9, and seems to be the case most of the time, but you never know. Here's the Triforce. chessjerk's going to ignore it for now. He really wants to get that item out of here.
I don't blame him. There's only so many items in Hyrule, and we don't know where they all are. But alas, he just comes across another transport staircase. Well,
yeah, I think for chessjerk's in chessjerk's position, I understand diving some more and digging, full clearing all the items. I think that he's playing with the lead. He's up one game. Potentially doesn't want to get sniped just by leaving an item in an earlier dungeon. Drascia, on the other hand, is behind, so I could see them taking a little more risks than chessjerk, and that actually is kind of how the first seed played out. Anyways, chessjerk was pretty thorough and found items pretty early on, whereas Drascia was taking Triforces and going. Wow, we have silvers on the overworld as the white sword item.
6 hearts?
Well, not 4, so definitely 5 or 6. The nice thing is that's a spot that everybody checks pretty much. It's not hard to find. It's not out of the way, and it's not a block other than a candle. So silvers won't be hidden for too long. chessjerk will be able to pick them up.
Though we did see a mugger room on chessjerk's end, and he just left. Don't give that mugger no money or hearts. And hello, raiders.
Yeah, so chessjerk's still digging for this item here. It's cleared out most of this dungeon. Unfortunately gets slow cursed. So we're going to see the slow shuffle here. There are blue bubbles in this dungeon, which is nice.
And I believe Drascia is trying to attempt a screen scroll? Or no, that's just recorder. I am blind.
Yep. Smart to recorder right away. They're going to get the news that we have the recorder to the vanilla dungeons. Let's see. Level 8, it's nothing. We haven't seen a lot of this side that I remember. So Drascia is going to show us some caves maybe we haven't seen.
We haven't stumbled across level 9 yet, so I wonder where it's hiding.
Oh, that's a good call, and something that might be a block. Here we go, we've got our item, and it is the red ring, which is nice, because now that tells chessjerk that silvers are not forced to 9. So he doesn't know that, they could potentially still be a 9, but he now knows that the likelihood of them is less. It's not 50-50. And he's going to get this blue bubble, so we don't have to watch him slow shuffle his way through the rest of this dungeon, which is nice. Drascia finding more old men speaking Spanish.
Why can't they just respond? I mean, besides they're asking us, how are you? I just want to know what they're saying.
Yeah, so chat's telling us that they saw the level 9, so I missed it as well. I must have been looking away when that happened. But apparently it was bright blue. So that's something that won't be a block. And we found a lot of dungeons so far, so Definitely looking like a pretty quick seed.
I bet Ganon's beachfront property is going to be quite expensive if it hits the real estate market after he's been killed. I mean, that's how he probably gets the last laugh.
And chessjerk's making his way back through this 7. Gonna have their Triforce now. Double up on Drascia as far as Triforces go, with the Triforce at a 5 and 7. We have yet to find 3, 4, 6, and 8. So still a lot of overworld left to cover. And also still have not gotten that Armos item. So that's 4 power bracelet spots that they're going to be able to open, assuming that it is the power bracelet.
And Recorder Lake is just nothing. And Drascia is taking the any roads to somewhere. And we're getting more overworld exploration. Oh look, it's Death Mountain. Long time no see.
And we see the bomb upgrade over on chessjerk's side. So that means they are only going to get the white sword. Excuse me, the wood sword today. No white sword or mags for them. So not too big of a deal since enemy is 0 HP. But potentially could be an issue for bosses or for Ganon.
I mean, at least you can stock up on a bomb upgrade and get your inventory a little more flexible.
Yeah, and CJ keeps blowing his whistle here on second quest spots, and he's going to push this, which is not going to be anything either. So hopefully, pretty quick, he remembers that he saw the level 2 and knows that it's first quest overworld. That's going to save him some bombs when he goes up to Death Mountain. Doesn't really matter so much. You know, it's going to save him some time, not burning bushes and not blowing his recorder on spots that won't open. But the big thing that's going to save him is for his bomb count. There are a lot more bomb spots on Death Mountain second quest. And here we go. Drascia finds level 8.
Wait, so pallets are confirmed?
To exist? Yes, pallets definitely exist, but they are shuffled.
Then how did you tell this was level 8?
Because of where we are. We are all the way over there on the right-hand side. So there's only the only dungeon that touches that, where that is level 8, unless we were in shapes, which we know we're not.
Well, that's good to know.
So Drascia finds a transport staircase, decides not to take it. It's just going to keep going through here. This might be a push wall, and it is. A lot of transport staircases in 8. Some of them are one way, so it's just really a kind of a crappy dungeon to navigate. And chessjerk is right behind them here in 8. So we'll get to see our runners kind of doing the same thing here for a little while. See who's able to clear it out faster.
We are greeted with Patra. He wants to give some hugs tonight.
Yeah, the nice thing about Patra is the little birds that fly around him are counted as regular enemies. So the center Patra might be fairly beefy because they count as a regular boss, but the orbitals will be pretty soft, which those are the ones that are hard to kill anyway.
Why are the orbitals counted as a different enemy than the main center part of Patra?
It's something in the coding. I'm not really sure, and I believe that that Fred has talked about looking into changing that. It's the same thing. The Digdogger babies, they're the same thing. They count as regular HP.
Wait, if they're called Patrice, they have official names and everything? Dang. But runners, here, you heard it here. Fred might be doing something terrifying.
And CJ didn't even bother with that Patra. He just kind of pushed through that like it was a stick of butter or something. Here we got some wall masters and some bubbles rooms. Those slow bubbles, man, I really hate. I hate I hate them. I hate them so much.
That looks like to be the bane of all speedrunners.
Well, and you can't clip if you are slow bubble cursed. It takes away your speed,
You can't
and
do
it doesn't.
that clip?
You can't do any clips. It doesn't let you do it. So it's really really frustrating.
So you're screwed if you get a slow bubble curse. Basically,
well, it just
from
means you
doing
have to clear
ladder.
out rooms. You can't navigate your way around, with glitches. Let's see. Chessjerk sees the Triforce and is going to do some more exploring. Goes into this room. Actually, yeah, he's going to keep diving. Really wants that bow, I think. Does not want to leave an important item behind. At this point, they have power. They both have power bracelet. They stopped at the grave and got the power bracelet. They could potentially be raft blocked, but that would be it as far as other than the bow, something that they would need that they don't have.
I just had a realization. You were saying that they can't do clips, so that means they can't do overworld clips like screen scroll per se, correct? Or world.
I don't believe I have ever stayed slow bubble cursed on the overworld. So I don't know the answer to that question.
I mean, it's a possibility in theory per se. I mean, if anyone wants to test it, please let me know. I'm just curious now. What happens if you get hit by a red bubble when you're in the middle of a ladder clip in like a Chevy room per se?
Yeah, I think, well, it would be kind of interesting to get hit halfway through ladder clipping because the bubbles can't get in the moat. But just to catch up with a couple things real quick, chessjerk did find the book and does not have a map, so we know it's not Atlas. Still worth getting, in my opinion, just for the hints, especially early enough on. There's still plenty of things that are missing from his item inventory. He's going to take the Triforce out of here. I'll be curious to see if he goes back in. If it were me, I would not have, but I also would have left as soon as I saw the Triforce. I like to get out of Second Quest 8 as soon as I can. And he is out and he is done. He's going to do some bombing up here on Death Mountain. So hopefully, he did skip that screen there. So hopefully now he knows that he's first quest overworld.
Well, with that book, now we can confirm that Link habla español.
And chessjerk's getting a potion and also setting up a count. Just walked straight into that Lionel. That was intentional. So now he knows that he's got 4 enemies killed. So when he lays it, oops, well, he just got hit there. So he used some free bombs there. So he got kind of lucky. So basically, the 10th enemy has the bomb. So if you kill 10 enemies in a row without being touched yourself, if you put a bomb on that 10th enemy, it'll always force a bomb. Unless you have also built up your count enough to force a fairy, which is a really good trick to master, especially up here on Death Mountain where you need bombs, or in level 9 when you need bombs. Something to keep in mind.
No one likes taking a walk of shame due to 0 bombs.
Exactly. And Drascia finds the other item out of here, and it's definitely not worth getting at this point, I don't believe. Boomerang's pretty decent, actually, with 0 HP enemies. But they already have the wand, so they're able to clear, enemies farther away. Most runners prefer no boomerang, so I'm not surprised to see Drascia leave that in the stairwell there. And chessjerk is definitely walking past these second quest bomb spots, so that's good. He's going to save his bomb. And just finds a candle shop here.
And oh, a shrubbery got burnt.
And there he gets his hint. So he immediately catches in on that book hint, assuming that he knows all the lake spots. Now he knows that the silver arrow is the white sword item, and he just has to go find lake spots.
Does that mean true hints are on this seed?
Yeah, it would appear to be the case.
Well, oh, chessjerk's broke. I was gonna say, oh, you can go spend all that money you have on those hints, and I realized, 12 rupees. What a
yeah. Doesn't have too much money right now, but there is going to be 3 large secrets on the overworld, so probably we'll be getting that money soon enough. And it's possible that we could still have deceptive hints on, or mixed hints, since we've only seen 1 hint so far. So we don't know for sure that helpful hints are on. We just know that at least one of the hints was true, and he's about to get his silver arrows right now anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Now with the silver sticks, you can now kill Ganon. So I just realized, if silver is what kills Ganon, is Ganon a werewolf?
Well, he can't kill him yet because he can't throw the silver at the pig. You got to shoot it out of a bow. So still missing 1 piece that we potentially don't need.
I mean, it can happen in Swordless Move Away. You mean with the wand? Sword.
Well, the wand in Swordless just gets Ganon to his killable state. It doesn't actually shoot the arrow at him. So even in Swordless, you still need a bow. Either way, chessjerk is continuing to bomb here in the overworld, finds a take any. And he's going to go ahead and pick that heart up.
So with a possibly confirmed werepig sighting, we are getting some more overworld coverage. And we see just another magic cave with another 100 rupees.
Yep, and chessjerk is just trying to find 3, 4, and 6 at this point, and has pretty much cleared a lot of the overworld. There's some spots in the forest still to clear. Didn't have a candle for. I don't believe that either runner has been up to the waterfall level 5 area. And we still have the power bracelet spots that are not over. I'm assuming that he pushed the one in by the grave, but I don't have a memory of that.
Yeah, they were both in the graveyard around the same time.
Yeah, I remember them being in the grave. I just don't remember them pushing that block, but I can't imagine them leaving that area without doing it, so I'm sure I just missed it. Drascia is still technically in the grave. Here we go. chessjerk finds dungeon in the forest here.
Now that's
this
a nice
looks
gift.
like 3. This is going to be second quest 3. Yep, definitely 3 Triforce. He's going to dig the item out of here, I would almost guarantee, though. This is a very small dungeon. And unless you need the meat to get the item, I can't imagine him leaving here. He's going to take the stairs, so that definitely proves it to me.
So, with no bomb holes in that room, hopefully there'll be some bomb holes in this room. Otherwise, it's a trap.
Well, no, this is second quest 3. So there's 2 rooms over in that top left. They're in a segment to their own, and then there's 4 rooms at the bottom in a quartet, and then the rest of it is just 1 column straight up. And this is potentially the item room. I can't remember. I don't know my. Oh, there we go. It's just a ladder. They already had that. It's a bit unfortunate.
So back to exploration we go, and I believe, and chessjerk is grabbing that Triforce. So I'm gonna wonder, oh wait, he already found the item here. Is there a staircase item?
No, second quest 3 has just an item on the floor. Did not see the heart. But at this point, he's seen a number of hearts on the ground, so I think he's assuming that Heart Shuffle is not on, and so he's just going to get out of there with his ladder.
I don't blame him. He has 2 Triforces to go until we enter level 9.
Yeah, absolutely. I think at this point, the hearts being shuffled is very low odds, and just needing 4 and 6 and the bow. Potentially, you don't even really necessarily need the bow, which it also could go to 9 as well, if the important items in 9 flag could be on. So
we already know that's turned off because we found the red ring outside of 9, and the silvers are out of 9.
No, that actually has nothing to do with that flag. So red ring and silvers being forced to 9 is a separate flag than important items being in 9, since in the vanilla game, silvers and red ring are in 9, so there wouldn't need to be a flag to make them in there. So important items, as far as the randomizer is concerned, is all of our progression items and the bow. So basically it's bow, recorder, raft, power bracelet, ladder. So if important items in 9 is turned on, then any of those items can be a 9, assuming that you can get to 9 without them. Drascia finds the compass in 8, and has pretty much done almost a full clear of this 8 so far. Unfortunate. This is how this 8 can go, though. I really hate it. And chessjerk finds another take any and takes another heart. So he's doing pretty good for himself at this point. Red ring.
I believe we have level 7 on Drascia's screen.
Nope. Drascia's still an 8.
8. Okay, I'm getting them backwards. Because I'm thinking of first quest. Or at least something.
Well, second quest 7 and second quest 8 are both spirals. And there we go. We got a potential hint that no feat of strength will save the princess. So if we push something and it's a dungeon, then now we know that the hints are not a thing. And let's see. I didn't see where he started in this. Oh, here we go. We'll see. Yeah, it's a 6. So now we're just missing level 4.
So this level 6 is not too bad. They're literally right near that isolated, and luckily this is a reverse C room. That means there'll be a staircase guaranteed in this room.
Yeah, you could actually have a reverse C that doesn't push, but this 6 in second quest 6, there's 2 transport staircases and 1 item staircase. It can be a difficult dungeon to navigate your way around. It's kind of sneaky, and a lot of ladder blocks, which won't affect them in the seed. Obviously, they started with the ladder. chessjerk would have his anyways, but
oh shit,
that's a really nice screen scroll over there for Drascia. And chessjerk finds the shoot room with the compass in it, so at least they know where to go to get the compass. They're gonna have to get that from the left-hand side, unfortunately. And hopefully they don't get slow bubble cursed here.
Again, oh shoot ×2.
Yeah, that is a bit trolly.
Wait, aren't these blocked by that same room in the corner there?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the first part of what you said.
The shoot rooms, they're perpendicular.
Yeah, so there's horizontal shoots and there's vertical shoots in the vanilla game.
No, I meant the shoot room locations from each other. They're perpendicular. Literally, they're 90
Yeah, so it's going to be a staircase that's going to take you out of this this little bit of a block here.
So we have a staircase maze.
And didn't go through to get the compass. Oh, here's the compass. Here's the Triforce right here. It's going to dig out the item.
That was a completely useless compass.
Yeah, I find that most of them tend to be that way. I usually find the compass after I've already seen the Triforce room. Drascia really needs to hustle here. Left 7 and 8 without the Triforces, unfortunately. chessjerk's just really building a pretty insurmountable lead at this point, I would say. Has way more item knowledge than Drascia has. Drascia is able to pick up the silvers whenever they make their way back around that candle row spot, but it's gonna be pretty difficult, I would say, for them to catch up at this point. Oh, gotta kill that like. There you go.
Don't count Drascia out yet. And remember, even if he loses this, he still has a chance to redeem himself in the loser's bracket.
Well, so this actually is the loser's bracket match.
Oh,
so
I'm feeling stupid right now.
That's okay.
So
she's in her final match if she loses tonight. So hopefully not. And there is the bow. My goodness, this is quite the seed. So we don't really care what's a 9 at this point. The only thing trying to think. Yeah, really nothing that would be worth getting in 9. A heart and a boomerang and a raft are the only items that we don't have, and we know that the raft can't be a 9. So chessjerk is not going to be blocked. I guess the only possibility that chessjerk is blocked is if the game is pulling a gigantic fast one over all of us and heart shuffle is on.
Block at 9. Meat block Zelda.
That's true. Could potentially need meat. I don't believe that he purchased meat. And the thing is, though, since we're in second quest, we're not going to see meat in 9 because meat stays in its home dungeon. So I think Drascia actually saw the meat block in 8 already, and we didn't explore enough of 3 in order to see it, but it would have been there somewhere.
Well, there goes that pipe dream.
Yeah, so really nothing stopping him. As soon as he finds level 4, that's going to be all she wrote. And I believe, if I remember correctly, here we go. This is going to be level 4. I missed, actually, is Drascia also in this level 4? I didn't see where they went after they left. I was watching CJ. Apologies for that. So chessjerk just needs to find the compass and get the Triforce. No, I think Drascia is in level 5. So chessjerk's going to take this transport here, see where this pops him up. Now level 4 is a pretty big dungeon in the shape of a D. It has a couple muggers in here, and there's going to be some walk-through walls. It could be another one that's kind of difficult to navigate and takes a long time.
The clock is ticking out for Drascia as chessjerk is on his last, almost on his last Triforce, but we get to see a banana.
Yep, we've got the wooden boomerang. It's going to stay in its dungeon. So I guess that means we know that the heart and the raft are going to be in 9. I believe we've seen everything else. And there they get the compass, so just needs to get down. Hopefully they can get through this column into a easy Triforce.
I believe chessjerk attempted a clip successfully.
Yep, that's what we just saw. So you can in that turnstile room, you can clip all the ways really. Nope, can't go that way.
To the left and up, up, down, left, right, and a B. Maybe that will get us to Zelda.
Well, and we already saw the transport, and 4 only has 1 transport staircase, so we know that there is a path to get to the Triforce walking. Might have to pay the mugger, but at this point, it doesn't really matter, money or life. I mean, he's got enough of both. And he's able to walk through this wall right here, get the Triforce. And chessjerk is going to be the first into 9, right at 47 minutes. I believe that we said that the 9 is on the coast. So pretty close to where he is now.
So now we're going to be playing a big game of hide and seek with Zelda, and we're going to see if we have to bop Ganon on the head in order to get into her room.
And here we go, right at 48 minutes. It is indeed bright. This is one of my least favorite palettes. I just find it kind of hard on the eyes. So chessjerk is going to be looking for, like you said, looking for Zelda. So I expect him to clear out every single shutter room like this one, just to see if the shutter door opens. If the shutter door opens, then we know that it's not where Zelda is. As Drascia gets their Triforce out of 5, that is a shoot room. So chessjerk is not able to navigate through here, kills those Dig Dogger babies with ease.
Oh, like in the lighting until before the transition between rooms, it just looked completely like it was a river block. I can see why this palette annoys you.
Yeah, it's hard. I just find it hard to. Oh, here we go. And here's Zelda.
GG?
This is it. GG. It can go as quick as that. So get your GGs out in chat for chessjerk. 48. Let's see. Just get the official SRL time here.
Well, I guess you can say that was a quick 9.
Yeah, that was definitely a quick 9. That's why you want to go up, because Zelda's room, if she stays in her room, you enter from the bottom.
So, are we having chessjerk in for an interview? And has Drascia decided to take the L with the forfeit? Because I wouldn't blame them.
No, it looks like she's still going at this point. I just got into the channel, so I didn't actually get to see his time. But it looks like CJ is going to join us here for an interview once he gets going here. So definitely GG for him. No deaths you see over there. It's pretty easy, starting with blue ring and 0 HP, but still, there's a couple of rooms in there that were a little tricky. And Drascia is still going, missing Triforces out of 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8. Unfortunately, was not able to. Knows where the Triforce is an 8, so that one shouldn't take too long to get back there. Has the any key now, so now keys won't be too much of an issue. Although I believe they had 3 keys when they picked them up.
And we are joined now by chessjerk.
Good evening.
GG, man. Another good race.
Thank you very much.
This one was pretty kind of routine. It seemed like, you were just kind of able to work your way right through it. Start with the sword, start with ladder, just kind of find dungeon, find item, find Triforce, move on. Wasn't too many blocks.
Yeah.
You guys would have been ladder blocked, and, until 3, but you started with the ladder, so even that wasn't really too much of an issue.
Well, to be fair, 1 was also ladder blocked, but again, starting with the ladder, you'd never notice.
No, that's what I mean. Like, that's the only thing that you saw in the seed were ladder blocks.
Oh yeah, potential ladder blocks. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there really
because all
there
the
wasn't
dungeons
anything
you were
else.
able to find. And
Yeah.
bombs that you needed otherwise.
I did have a moment when I saw the hint of the silvers or the white sword item. I was thinking, didn't I see the bombs plus as the white sword item or an item? I thought, ooh, maybe false hints are on. But then I realized, oh wait, that was magical bombs. So, and then I found the silver arrows anyway, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
So how about that sub 1 minute 9?
It's a refreshing change from the usual, to say the least.
Saber must have left his keys somewhere. I hope you're going to give him back if you climb up this loser's bracket and to face him and find.
Don't tell him I have the keys. He doesn't need to know.
I won't tell him.
Fair enough.
So just to kind of go back to the conversation we're having about the white sword, just for our viewers, so they understand, the white sword bombs and magic sword bombs replaces the sword themselves. It doesn't replace the item, obviously, like we saw in the seed. Silvers made the way into the white sword item location. So in one of the dungeons, I guess it would have been 9, would have had the bombs plus white sword item in the stair. So that's what kind of happens there with the white sword being replaced with bomb upgrades. What was interesting is you got the book and then you immediately cashed in that book with that hint. Drascia was able to find the silvers. Actually, they are just picking them up right now as we speak. They opened up that cave pretty early on, so we saw that they were on the overworld, which was kind of interesting. But where it was, I didn't figure it was going to be blocked from you for too long, because it's a spot that I would say by mid-game most people have checked Candle Row.
Oh, for sure. I mean, when you see the hint by a lake, you definitely have concerns of a possible raft blocked. But, luckily, there are far more lake spots that are not raft locked, so it's not
absolutely
an overwhelming concern. It's not an overwhelming concern until you check them all and realize, oh no, I need the raft. But
it's my least favorite hint.
Required anyway, so in the end,
you wouldn't need it. No, but it's and you knew. Well, I mean, the raft I guess could have been in 4. The bombs plus could have been in 4. I forgot that there's 4 items in there. So there's a couple items that we were missing, but the Bio Lake is my least favorite of all the hints, just because there's so many different lakes like all across the overworld, and you need different items to open them up. Because I think Recorder Lake gets the Bio Lake hint as well. I don't think it says Dead Wood, so it's
the
you might need
Recorder Lake,
you might need a raft,
and then around Vanilla 4, around Vanilla 1, the lake in the forest.
All the way up at the top of the waterfall.
Yep. There's a few places that could be.
Yeah.
Just to confuse.
So it's really nice done. Nice job. I haven't looked at the bracket. Do you know who you're up against in the next round?
I think that I play the winner of Zarnax and Boletta, but that may be incorrect information. I think I looked that up at some point, but I don't remember.
I'll try to pull it up kind of as we're talking here. Any thoughts kind of moving forward? Is there something that you've been noticing as you're going through? I know you've played enough of these seeds at this point. It seems like the going into the North Rooms in 9 seems like something that's definitely worth doing, just because now that's been two Zeldas that are just kind of sitting there in their room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Watching a lot of the tournament races definitely gives you a feel for various situations that can occur, and definitely watching and also listening to the commentators, because obviously the commentators know a lot about what's going on, and again listening to their ideas about maybe you should do this, or this, and then you think, oh, that's a good idea. I mean, I know at first I didn't even think about Zelda being open and in her own room, so you can only go in from the south. Like, hey, you might want to just go up for a while in 9. You might run into her, and that just never really occurred to me. So it's ideas like that may not be immediately come to your mind. So that definitely helped, that kind of thing. Oh, Darkfall says the loser of Boletta Zarnax again. Of course, yeah, I'm in the bonus bracket. Duh, that makes more sense.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now. So yeah, Boletta and Zarnax are 37. So yeah, you play whoever loses them, and then the winner of that goes on to face Random Effect. So that's that Boletta Zarnax. That's kind of a rock and a hard place, because Random Effect's obviously one of the best runners, and you're no slouch yourself.
Thank you.
that top of that bracket was ridiculous.
I've beaten Random Effect before. I mean, it required bow and silvers in 9, and I found them both first. But it's things like that. You never know. It can happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with these flags, it's pretty up in the air. I mean, lots of people have lots of different chances. So it's the favorites are still the favorite, but anything can turn on a wrong order here and there.
Oh, for sure. I mean, just look at my races versus Saber. I mean, if I find the ladder before he finishes, maybe I have a chance. But he found the ladders first, so he won. He came out on top. That's obviously not the only reason he won both those races, but that's obviously he's a very good player at this game, so that definitely helps.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
It's also knowing the facts, kind of the psychology of thinking what risk is your opponent going to take? Are they going to make plays according to my play style? Are they going to adjust their play style for this match? Since they either lost or won one? That type of knowledge is also kind of useful in how you can approach your opponents in this tournament.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely. I mean, I was watching back the first race of this match that Drascia decided to Triforce and Go more dungeons early on. and I didn't. And I don't know if that changed the results at all, but that's definitely in the back of your mind. You think, okay, my opponent may do the same thing. Maybe you want to dig dungeons more, which is I did in the seed. I dug out the bow, didn't need it. I dug out the ladder, didn't need it. I dug out the wand, didn't need it. But you know, that's the kind of things that you never know. Well, the problem is, in my mind, you never know what the block is going to be if there is one. What if level 4 had been on a raft spot and I didn't dig the raft out of 8 or something? Then all of a sudden I'm another hour into the seed looking for that damn raft. So it's tough in my mind to play it like that when you have incomplete information. So I tend to be on the more conservative side and say, okay, I'm going to dig a little bit further, find an item, and if I get all the Triforces and get to 9, then okay, then if you suddenly need silvers, then you'll come to that as it comes. But it definitely lends to different play styles, where if you're the more aggressive type and you want to just 8 Triforces go, and if you need something, well, so be it. That's definitely a way to play too. And you've seen it work, obviously, with some very fast times in this tournament.
Yeah, I think it's definitely it's a good point that you're making there, and I think it was pretty clear exactly what you just said, because I called you guys' first race, and it was just like you said, where you were pretty methodical and made your way through finding all the items in every dungeon, and even confirming that hard shuffle was off. Just all of our item knowledge in that seed was from watching you. But on the flip side of that, like, there was a ton of blocks in that seed. If there hadn't been those blocks, then I think, and I said this in the post-game interview, I think potentially the Drascia could have sniped you for sure, just because, like you said, completely different strategy going through it. Triforce go, Triforce go, Triforce go. If you've got 8 open dungeons and you Triforce and go your way through them, then you can get out of there pretty fast. Drascia is in 4 now, about to get their Triforce out of here. Still looking for items, I suppose. So gonna do some more digging.
I mean, I suppose logically, if the seed doesn't know you have the ladder to start, you'd have to go, I guess, to 3 first to get the ladder, and that pretty much opens up everything else.
Yeah,
and it was candle blocks, so you got to get a candle first. But the candles,
right, which weren't free in this seed.
They weren't free, but they weren't hard to find. So
no, it was vanilla prices, and it was first quest overworld, so you had plenty of options to get money.
Yeah, and that's definitely a concern also, that I definitely checked some recorder spots and burn spots that are second quest only, and I think I checked 4. I mean, I think also I saw that level 2 was normal, which I think indicates, which I think I think that indicates that second quest is off totally.
It does.
If I remember correctly. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, if there's a cave there, it's definitely first quest overworld. Yeah. If there's a river spot, or a lake, then it's mixed or second quest.
I think I was in the grave and I realized that. I tried to push the wrong gravestone. I'm thinking, didn't I see level 2 at level 2? I think that's a sign. Stop doing second quest. Yeah. So when you watch this back, I'm going to be saying something about that. I wasn't rude about it. It was just like I said. I hope he finds out, if he figures it out before he wastes all his bombs up in Death Mountain, which you did. Dummy, what is he doing?
Then you started walking past bomb spots, and I was like, okay, good. I think he finally remembered. At
least we avoided the whole shenanigans with bombing to right of second quest 9. There's a cave there somewhere. I know it. We gotta be.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think I told Drascia in Discord. I think between the two of you, you guys spent like 12 bombs on that one screen.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I never. That is like the one spot that I never know exactly where it is, and I'm so good with like every other spot except that spot. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Is it 2 away? Is it 4 away? I don't know. I mean, your point about bombing half tiles. Bombing half tiles.
I always bomb half tiles.
Yeah.
I bomb half tiles.
You're referring to the spot that if you don't like place the bomb correctly, it can screw you over. Because I don't remember who it was, but someone placed a bomb. It didn't explode correctly. I don't remember what type of. I know it was a tournament match. I don't think it was this one, probably the last one, but I know it's happened before.
Yeah, I know that I sometimes put a bomb too far away from a wall in a dungeon. And I'm like, it's like 3 tiles away, and I do it 3 tiles away. I'm thinking that wasn't close enough. I better bomb it again just to make sure. I've done that far too many times that I could count. So that's the kind of thing that, when you have 1 bomb left, all of a sudden, now what do you do? And I've also been trying to be more observant, I guess, of my bomb count and not use and try to save the last bomb to manipulate a 10 count more, because I always seem to run into bomb problems when I least expect it, and then you get into 9 with no bombs, and it's just a terrible time. And you never want that.
Well, at least you guys were lucky in the seed about bombs really not being too much of a problem with their high drop rate. Like,
they were dropping everywhere. It was amazing.
Yeah, I think that's part of a cause and effect with the 0 HP is that we just end up killing way more enemies than we kill, just because everything is so soft that it doesn't, the red dark nuts that you walk through, before, maybe if it's a turret room, you're like, forget this, I'm not clearing this room out. But with 0 HP, it's like, okay, well, I'll clear this out. It'll only take 2 seconds.
Even with the wand, I'm killing them from 2 squares away. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I never knew what hit them.
Yep.
Oh, also, how about my slow, painful walk to the red ring?
That was.
I'm sure that was a thing of beauty. I'm going to get this red ring, and you're not going to deny me. I worked hard for this.
Here we go. Drascia is now in 6, getting their Triforce out of 6. They are just missing Triforces out of 7 and 8, and they know where those dungeons have been because they started there. So hopefully they go back there quickly. I know they have the compass out of 8. I don't remember if they found the compass in 7. But hopefully Drascia will be in 9 here pretty quickly. And then once they're in 9, as long as they take the right path, I think literally the right path, then it'll be pretty quick.
I still managed to find 8 staircases total in level 7 and 8. That's really impressive, I think.
Yeah,
and
that's actually that's where the race really. So you were in the lead already, because you were able to find the Triforce out of 7. You both went into 7, and you got the Triforce. They had to leave. And you already had the Triforce out of 5, and they hadn't been into 5 yet. So you already were in the lead, but you both went to 8. I want to say that Drascia was in 8 a couple minutes before you, like maybe 1 minute, pretty close to each other, getting into 8. But you were able to kind of find the right path and find an item and get the Triforce, where Drascia took quite a while still to get through there.
I'm glad I found the map in 5 from the first dungeon I played. But I was having problems identifying the level. For some reason, it didn't dawn on me it was Second Quest 5. So I got the map thinking, oh, well, that makes sense.
We're in 5.
I felt fortunate for the route that I took. I was thinking, is it First Quest 6? I'm thinking, nah, it doesn't look like First Quest 6. It didn't. The middle didn't look right. So but I don't know.
Yeah,
one of those
5
moments where
gets
you're
me.
Thankful to see the map.
Oh yeah, absolutely. 5 gets me too. That one is one of the trickier ones that I have identifying too. I think it's just because it's so much of it's in the middle where there's rooms, there, and all the dungeons have those rooms.
Yeah, I mean, it could be Second Quest 2, Second Quest 1. There's so many other dungeons that are in that area. So it's
that's what I thought you were in too when you started. I thought you were in 2. That was my guess, which is obviously wrong.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't 2 because I could go left from the start. I knew that 2 doesn't have a room there, so that much I knew.
Yeah.
But Second Quest 5 really wasn't in the front of my mind at the time. Luckily, I went all the way to the dead end to get the map. How fortunate! And then I saw it was full Second Quest, all levels. Like, oh no, not Second Quest 7 and 8. They're like the banes of my existence.
I know, I totally agree. 7 for me is usually like just kind of trolly. Generally pretty decent because you get that chunk of 9 rooms there in the middle. Here we go. Drascia's going to get their Triforce out of 7, so now they just have to go back to 8 and head up to the Triforce where they already know exactly where it is. But definitely Second Quest 8. You can't convince me that Second Quest 8 is not the worst dungeon in the game.
It's not possible. Even First Quest
I think RBG would beg to differ.
I have zero problems with First Quest 7.
On 0 HP, First Quest 7 is not bad. Unless you're bait block or something. It's really not that bad.
Yeah, First Quest 7
compared
to
to Second Quest 7 and Second Quest 8, no, I'll take First Quest 7 any day of the week.
Absolutely, I totally agree. I'd rather do First Quest 7 than Second Quest 4 too. I don't like either one of those.
Second Quest 4 is terrible. Jeez.
Yeah,
I was so glad. I was thinking, I'm like, my last dungeon. Where's the compass? Just give me the compass so I can get the heck out of here. And luckily, I found it pretty quick.
Yeah, your 4
I
was
felt fortunate
fast.
there that I only had to dig half of 4, which is like a godsend.
Yeah, 4 is just big. It's just a big chunk of rooms, and
And there's hardly
at
any
least
bomb
there's
walls. There's walk-through walls everywhere, and
muggers.
2 or 3 staircases. Yeah, and mugger. There's. I mean, if you're lucky, you find a bomb upgrade or something. But
Right. Yeah, the bomb upgrade, will be there.
I wonder what the second item was. I found the boomerang. I didn't find a second item.
Did we see it on Dracia's side? I'm trying to remember. I don't think that they did. So it has to be either the bomb upgrade, the heart, or the raft. One's in 4 and the other 2 are in 9. The other item in 4.
Yeah, let's see, what did I not pick up? I am missing magical boomerang, raft, red candle.
Oh, red candle. We don't know what red candle is.
And the white sword bombs. Yeah, that's it.
Man, magical boomerang was an 8. Drascia saw that.
Okay.
That stayed in the staircase. Oh, the heart was on the coast, wasn't it? So that's where the heart.
Heart was on the coast. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
That was another thing that led me to believe that the white sword was the white sword bombs. Because I thought, okay,
Right.
the heart's on the coast, and the
Power
power bracelet was where it was. I
Armhouse.
thought, I immediately marked the white sword on the white sword. Like, okay, well, if I find that, hey, great, a bomb upgrade. And then I saw silver with the white sword. I'm like, huh? So
those are all their own flags. That's what's interesting.
Yeah,
is that there's
for
not
some
like
reason-
an overworld item flag.
It's so often I see them all line up like that. I just almost
I
reflexively
know.
do that, and I really shouldn't do that.
No, I did the same. I would have done the exact same thing if I had thought to remember about the white sword item, which unfortunately
I
I
guess
have
that means
bad memories of.
I guess raft could be in 9, I suppose, but
Yeah,
it's probably more likely it's in 4.
raft.
It's in 4, and the white sword bombs and red candle are in 9.
Yeah, raft, bomb upgrade, red candle. Those are the missing items. So who knows? You guys didn't need the raft. So.
Spoilers. Raft is on the floor in 2. Oops.
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay.
That's what I said. I said the only way that it's
the one
we
item
still have a
shuffled
block.
into heart shuffle. That'd be hilarious.
And
I keep waiting for it.
Drascia is showing us this left-hand clip. They're actually going to have to get out of, since they've missed it, they have to kind of reset. They're just going to abandon ship, which is probably fine at this point. There's got to be another way, because you can't.
I'm so bad at that clip on the left side. I can never get it.
I'm actually better at the left-hand side than I am on the right-hand side.
Really? I'm so much better at the right-hand one than the left-hand one. I can't remember where I saw that in some level, and I just immediately abandoned. Was it in? Maybe it was in 8. That's where I saw it. But I saw that and I thought, nope, I'm just going somewhere else. Reverse course.
I'm better at top clipping than I am bottom clipping. So the top clip, the lining it up with the controller is just easier for me. I've never had a problem with it.
So without that,
I'm gonna have you teach me how to do
clip,
it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
so without that clip, how are you supposed to get into the Triforce? Like, pray transport staircase take you
there's a transport. That one of the 17 transport staircases that's in this godforsaken dungeon will take you there.
Otherwise known as only 17.
Yeah, I don't know the exact number that there are, but there's 70,000 that they're all transport staircases. So.
It's definitely 18.
Yeah, I know that there's a number of transports. There's some transports. I'm not sure why they took the potion there. They're just gonna have to up A if they want to get out of here. Oh, I guess. Okay, well that was. Yeah. It doesn't really matter at this point. They don't need the potion.
Wow, that middle part of 8 was a total complete troll. Those two, the top 2 parts, the tail are by themselves. The room in the middle is by itself, and then the 2 below are by itself. That's where I found the book, and those 2 rooms are all by themselves.
Yeah,
that's
of course
crazy.
they are.
That's almost like
eight.
three separate segments in the middle there. That's insane.
Because it's the worst dungeon. Of course it is.
It is.
That seems right on brand for Second Quest 8.
Who would ever want to dig this dungeon?
I don't know.
Ever.
I don't know. I got in an argument with one of my Zelda buddies about it.
I was so happy almost when I saw that I was blocked where the Triforce was. I was like, okay, good. I can take the Triforce with a clean mind. I would have taken it anyway, and then I forgot to go back in. Okay, well, what do you do?
Yeah.
I'll come back.
All right, so Drascia found this was a key door that I guess prevented them from getting through there the first time around. So that any key, same thing in the first seed where you got the any key early and you were able to do some exploring that Drascia wasn't able to do. I think the key was in 2 last time.
Yep.
So this time 5 was. I think that was the first dungeon that you dug, right?
It was
pretty early.
Yeah.
You got the any key.
It's a very
great early item.
Nice item to find as the first item for sure. Takes that whole concern away about digging out keys. I mean, with that, I probably dug dungeons way too much, knowing that Triforces were in their normal rooms. That, I mean, normally you clear rooms for keys or things like that, but I probably dug
right.
way too many rooms.
Well, I mean, it's 0 HP, so it doesn't
Yeah.
really take long. But yeah,
Very
definitely. I think if somebody had blitzed through this and just Triforce and went, especially finding any key, if they had found any key early, then this could have been a pretty quick seed. I guess Drascia has not found the 9 yet because they're heading up to Death Mountain.
I'm thinking some of the really top runners could sub 40 this if you just Triforce and go mode. I mean, I guess you got to find the levels first, but it's...
Yeah, for sure. If
know.
they had a
Besides
lucky
that-
path.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I'm looking
agree.
at the overworlds. I mean, Death Mountain had nothing, and I mean, level 8's kind of in the middle of nowhere, so maybe that would trip people up a little bit. Everything else,
But it was right next to the Armos item,
yeah,
so that's
you're gonna check that anyway, and it's an open cave.
yeah, right.
Very
So I
true.
think that, and actually both of you took a while to get to the Armos. This is the second race in a row. Starting at the start screen, I think is part of that, and then you both kind of just found dungeons and started digging.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, I know that because it's over 50% to be the power bracelet.
Power bracelet.
It's
Yeah.
not. I mean, if that flag wasn't there, I definitely would more prioritize that check because it could be a wand or something really useful.
Right. Yeah. Really useful. I tend to
Especially
agree
also
with
doing
you.
it was figuring out it was first quest overworld where the power bracelet. Although I did any roads did get shuffled this time, but
Yeah, and
when
sometimes they
when
don't.
when that's in place, it really doesn't make it a.
It's
It
not
doesn't
really
make
useful
sense to
at
go
all.
out of your way for it. It makes sense to whenever I get up in that area, then I'll check it. And
Yeah.
then it's an hour 10.
I tend to
and find
agree
a
with
ladder
you.
there or something. Of course.
Yeah. It could potentially burn you down the road.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And it has. And it will.
If it ends up that we are next to each other, I don't know. We're both in the losers bracket, so if that ends up, I'm gonna make a blitz to the Armos item.
That's the play. No, that's what we want to beat me.
Yep.
Do that and then dig Death Mountain because I mean, this was an anomaly because I just happened to be there, but I always dig Death Mountain last generally. So that's the races I lose are when 3 levels and the white sword item are up in Death Mountain, and I dig everywhere else first. So
Yeah.
that's I'm giving you the hot tips. That's how you.
That's right.
That's how you beat it consistently. You dig there and you hope there's something there that you need to beat the seed. This was not one of those.
Yeah.
seeds.
I'm pretty 50-50 on whether or not I dig Death Mountain, and I'm usually wrong. Whatever. Like, I need to just stick
it's
to
only,
one.
It's the play until it's not the play.
Right. Exactly. You need to either do it or not. All right. Here
And
we go.
with a little trolliness to Zelda, we have our get your GGs in chat for Drascia with taking our time.
Yep, official Ezreal time 1:15:23 for Drascia. Really nice showing in this tournament. Had 2
1:15:23. He just talks to the princess now.
Rip Zelda. You hate to see it.
All right, I have one question.
Just one.
How quickly did you find the any key?
Very, very quickly. That was the first item I had.
That was the third dungeon that I dug. Like I found that, and I found that after getting ridiculously key blocked and turned around in 8, which just threw me for all sorts of loops. I got my third Triforce, and immediately after saw you hit the dot done. I'm like, all right, clearly he got the any key.
Yeah, I saw I had the ladder, and I made a beeline for the coast and found level 5 on the way, and then I said, hey, I'll dig the dungeon. Oh, look, an any key. Oh, well, that's nice. Thanks.
See, that's what I should have done. That's just not what I did.
Hindsight.
I like started autopiloting vanilla for some reason.
I've done that.
And
I've done that too many times.
The first dungeon that I found was 2.
Okay, that makes sense.
I don't even remember what I got. I got the wand from there, so that made my combat a little bit easier. I mean, along with the permanent sword beam and 0 HP enemies. But yeah, as soon as I got that any key, and I saw that you had finished at about what was it, 40 minutes or so?
48, yeah.
I was like, all right, either he blitzed through the dungeons and found items really quickly, or Ganon is not required. So I think I dug one more dungeon, maybe. And after that, I was just like, nope, just in and out, Triforce and go.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely dug too much. That I definitely think sub 40 for if you just blitz the whole seed, you probably get sub 40, I would think. Because, I mean, I think literally ladder was the only block and you started with it. I don't think...
Yeah.
It was bombs and candle. That bombs and candle pretty much did the whole seed for you.
That's exactly what it did. It's funny. This game and game one both. It was just like
Yeah, it's
if I had routed something just a little bit differently. These right order seeds are crazy.
It is. I mean, I was talking about my first series with Saver. That if I get the ladder earlier, then it's a different. It's
Yeah.
It's just sometimes it's the route you take, and if you take the right route, you're good. If you take the wrong route, well, you just go on to the next game. There's nothing you can do.
Had I gotten the any key first, that might have been a race.
Yeah. There were quite a few locked doors that I didn't even care about. That's for sure.
I mean, I definitely. Overall, I don't feel like I played poorly. I just. Number one, got caught up in 8, and number 2, again, right order seed, and this it definitely was.
Yeah, no, I don't think you played poorly at all, and I think that you should actually be pretty proud of yourself for how you've shown in this tournament. 2 just absolute dogs that you got in the first round, and then in the first round of the bonus bracket. I think actually, and I was just saying this to CJ before you came on. I think in game 1 if this had been the game 1 seed with how you were playing game 1, I think that you either would have won or it would have been like extremely close, just because you were kind of blitzing through the dungeons, getting the Triforces and getting out of there. It's just that one was ridiculously trolly, and you needed to go through literally every single overworld spot.
The overworld. I still full cleared the overworld. It was, I don't even remember. Level 9 was what, on the south coast?
Yep.
Yeah, level 9 South Coast. Neither one of you got the raft, so that was 2 spots that we never saw. But otherwise, yeah.
I will tell you, if I bombed the 3 South Coast spots and level 9 wasn't there, you would have gotten the forfeit from me immediately. Because there was no way I was making back through for a raft in. Let's see, I got the wand from 2, the recorder from 1. I saw the bloomerang in 8, and I got the any key from 5. Other than that, I didn't even look for items.
Well, you missed out on the ladder on the floor in 3.
Oh yeah,
it was a beautiful thing. Yeah, I dug a little extra for the bow in 6 and the book in 8, but besides that, that's pretty much the only extra digging I did.
That's fair. But yeah, I mean, I know I was in this turn. First of all, I was up against Jay Coper, and then I was up against chessjerk, like 2 absolutely phenomenal runners. And I mean, the fact that I only forfeited out of the first race with Coper throughout this entire series, and that's only because I ran out of resources. Like, I felt like I definitely feel like I've done a lot better than I thought that I would have. I expected to be just completely blitzed by everybody, and this wasn't 100% the case, so I'm pretty happy about that. Is K-Tap talking, by the way? I see the green light, but I don't hear her.
I don't know. I'm just not talking. I'm just kind of waiting, because I just wanted to say thank you guys so much. We have some other races going on practically in 8 minutes. If you want to hear my voice some more, I will be on Speed Gaming 2, where we have a race with the Alan Heffley and Shark.
Oh my.
Yeah, absolutely. No, Drascia, I think that you should definitely hold your head up high. I think this is a great match. Really held your own up against chessjerk. chessjerk, GG. Drascia, GG. chessjerk, good luck in the next round against the loser of Boletta and Zarnex.
Thank you very much, and GG, Drascia. It was a pleasure.
Chess. Knock him dead. Get you that rematch with Saver. All right.
Well, I got to get it somehow. I'm 0-5 against him now. I got to win one. I got to win sometime. It's gonna happen.
Get him, dude.
But yeah, thank you for the race and the commentary and tracking and everything.
Yeah,
thank you.
I'm definitely gonna stay involved with everything. Thank you.
Please do.
Smash and K-Tap for the commentary. Thank you, Captain Green. Captain Green, did you track or no? Darkfall's track.
Captain Green was our restreamer, and Darkfalls was our tracker extraordinaire.
One of the best.
Unquote.
Absolutely.
This isn't the last that you'll see of me in tournaments, whether it comes to racing or being involved in other ways. So I'm excited to be a part of this community, and I'm really grateful for all of y'all.
Awesome.
Well, we're really glad to have you, and hopefully any runner out there that's watching, join in. This is a pretty welcoming, open community. I've only been in part of it for about a year now at this point. And definitely really nice people, just kind of like to play Zelda and have some fun doing it. So if you like what you see, get in there. That's the best way to learn what you're doing. With that being said, we've got more races. Like K-Tap said, we are going to be going to raid Randomania 4 to watch Chrono JJ versus Sausage Link. So you've got that to look forward to. We got a full slate of stuff tomorrow night. And
That's the understatement today.
Yes. Yeah, I think that there's like 12 matches or something tomorrow. So
Oh no, there's more than that. I think there's 15 now actually.
Oh, wow.
In the course of about 5 hours.
yeah, so
That's not.
so
counting
check
the
that
ones
out.
during the day.
I'll be the Speed Gaming Network and Random Mania Networks. This has been a pleasure watching you guys. So GG's and good luck next round. I was joined in the booth by K-Tap, and thank you for joining me on comms. And thank you, Dark Falls, for tracking, and Captain Green for our restream. That's going to be it for us tonight. Hope you all have a wonderful evening. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you guys next time.